Alright, 4th grade, today you are starting your first project. And with this project, you're going to have a lot of choices when it comes to what your artwork looks like. So, we're going to be building something out of cardboard. And the first thing is that it has to fit on a base, like this. And they're already cut. You'll get to choose which one. They're basically all the same size, but whatever you build has to fit on this cardboard base. You cannot go off of it. It can be tall, but not crazy tall. Okay? But here are some examples of ways you might go about this project. You could start with the flat route if you want. So this one has a lot of shapes that are kind of abstract. Some of them are stacked. Some of them I took the cardboard apart and made a texture. This is kind of the easier, quicker route, but it also looks really cool when you paint it. It also is time consuming as well. Here's another example of it that I've already started to paint. Still looks really nice. Okay, I even put some pieces up on the edge by bending them so they stand. Okay, more of the abstract flat route. And then, if you want to build up a little bit, you can do that as well. This person is from another class. They started building on their base flat, and then they decided they wanted some of it to stand up. Okay, so they have a little bit standing, but it's not crazy tall. And I really like how this person decided to cover the whole base. They didn't just leave all this empty space, because we are going to be painting these, and we would like stuff to paint. Okay, don't just leave it all empty. The next route is going more of a 3D building kind of route. So here's an example that I've done in the past. This used to be a 5th grade project where they build shacks. So this is literally a shack made out of cardboard. Okay, it's pretty sturdy. I've already painted it, but you can go the building route if you want. Now this is a little bit more difficult because you have to get cardboard to stand up. Because we all know if you take cardboard and you just stick it like this, it is not going to stand. Even if you put glue on there and stick it, it is not going to stand. And if it does, it's probably going to fall down at some point in time. Okay? But there's some little tricks when you are doing this to get walls to stand. They are what I call hinges. So you can see kind of on these ones, this building that I've started, I have all these hinges on the inside or the walls to help them stand up. How you do this is first by cutting the size of your walls. If your walls are this big, they're almost guaranteed to fall over. Okay? You do not want your walls this big. First of all, your project will be way too big in the end. So you need to cut the cardboard. Also, the scissors in the table tray are not the one you will be using. There are adult scissors that will be passed out in a box, so they are a whole lot bigger and also a whole lot sharper. So you need to make sure you are being careful. You do not point them at you or anybody else, or they will be taken away. So here are my walls, nice and small now. So then I have lots of room to do stuff on my base. Okay? You also don't want to put them right up against the edge because then they fall over really easy. So start somewhere in a little bit. You also need little pieces of paper, the hinges. They are like this. There's a bunch of them cut already in a box for you that you can get. When you're going to use a hinge, you need to bend it first. So you bend it in half. And I'm just going to go ahead and bend all of these so that way they are already bent. And I don't have to worry about it later. And then you take your hinge, and on the outside bent part, you're going to put glue. You have to use Elmer's glue for this project. There's no hot glue. When you're putting glue on here, don't just put a dot in the middle. That is definitely not going to hold it. Also, don't squirt like a ton of glue on here. So put the orange tip right up against and spread it around a little bit. There's a fine line between too much and not enough. And this is like a decent amount. Decide where you all wants to go. And then put the hinge up against it. Like so. And voila, you have a standing wall. Now obviously this is not crazy sturdy because the glue is not dry. But by the time you come next week, it'll be a pretty sturdy wall and nothing is going to knock it over. Okay? Then I'm going to move on to my next wall, which is going to go right here. Get my next hinge out. Put my glue on it. Make sure it's all over, and put the hinge on. Now, my walls are still kind of falling apart right here. So you're going to put another hinge in the corner as well to hold them together. So put your glue on, and you're going to turn the hinge in the other direction and put them in the corner of the wall to hold them together. And there you go. You could build your whole building like this and it'll be nice and sturdy. Okay? You still need to be careful with it though. This takes patience and time. Even if you get frustrated, you need to ask somebody for help. Don't give up. Okay? If you have to start over, there's no shame in that. But figure out something that works for you. There's the building route, or there's the more flat route. It is up to you on which one you are going to do. Okay? Just take your time. Make this look awesome. Also, don't squirt glue all over your thing. Don't put glue all over your hands either. Okay? I don't want to see your thing covered in glue when I come back. Alright? Get to work. See how far you can get done. Make sure you put your name on your base.